But another comment Minister made about the police judiciously using the information that is collected by TraceTogether. Can the Minister further explain under what circumstances the police would be calling on that information? Because police investigations would, by nature of our legislation, comprise of a wide spectrum of offences. So the expectation cannot be that this information would be used at first instance whenever a police investigation commences. So I'm also mindful as to whether this question should be put to Minister of Home Affairs or Minister in charge of Smart Nation. So I think some clarification of this would be quite important for members of the public, because everybody wants TraceTogether to succeed in view of the public health considerations. But this particular point has caused consternation, and that also probably explains why Minister has decided to make this clarification. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Singh. I think Mr. Singh will know under Section 20 of the CPC, the police are authorized to recover, seek any information within the possession of a person. There are various provisions. As long as it's not, the seeking of such information is not excluded by some other written law. There are some provisions in some written laws which circumscribe the exercise of police powers. Subject to that, the CPC gives the power to the police, and when such a power is given, police are obviously under a duty as well. To give you an example, let's say there is a murder and victim's family, and information is available on the TraceTogether token. If police chose not to seek that information, you can imagine how the victim's family, and indeed the rest of Singapore, might react to that situation. You could even argue that there can be a judicial review application in such a situation. However, given that this TraceTogether token is necessary for dealing with the pandemic, and it's of national importance, and its purposes are to help us deal with the pandemic, the police approach has been and will be that it's pretty much restricted to very serious offenses. While that requirement is not in the legislation, it will be carefully considered within the police, and discretion will be exercised in seeking this information.